scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic. Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth. And the monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of humanity, long extinguished within them. Yes, their numbers have dwindled through the years, but a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very existence. The North bleeds, flogged by war. The battles are...
Vaya.
You know Master Liam made Matilda. Something tells me it's not just the new vintage they'll be putting out soon.
Ya no queda nada, ¿no? Un contrato. Terminamos este contrato.
A man who dare not down some red is a man whose wife like to dump his...
Yo creo que sí. No.
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
El viñedo Tuf. Nothing got too far. Oh.
Yeah? What is it?
Now, why does one summon a witcher, To inquire about the gossip currently flowing about the court? I have a problem with a beast.
Ah, you the one posted the notice? Go on then, spit it out. What's it about?
First, my dear witcher, we must establish ground rules. Given the vast difference in our respective social positions, I'm sorry to say I take the familiar tone you take. I expect deference. I expect you to address me as Sir, or better yet, as Monsieur de Bourbeau.
Todo flipado.
Listen, friend. There's an enormous difference between us, but it's not about status. It's about me having 2 swords on my back, and you having none. So I'll call you whatever I want, and you either deal with that or solve your monster problem yourself.
The gall. I shall file a complaint with your guild.
Make sure you address it to customer service. Kaer Morhen, Kedwin. Now talk, before I change my mind and go.
Faltas de respeto, no.
Very well. Let us get this over with. Something has infested my vineyard.
Calor hace.
Wait, let me go prepare my something oil then.
I beg your pardon?
Need more information than that. Where was this something seen? Any witnesses? Bodies to examine?
Therein lies the rub. None has seen the beast. We've only heard signs of its presence, a strange scratching and shrieks. Neither are there any corpses to inspect. Men simply disappear without a trace.
Noises you mentioned. Where do they come from?
Well, everywhere. But they're most clearly audible in the wine cellar.
Means the monster must dwell underground. When are the noises loudest?
In the night, just as they were years
Siempre es en
ago,
la noche.
when the buildings quaked. Another expert agreed to look into the matter then, but was never thereafter seen nor heard of.
A ver.
Who's disappeared, if you don't mind my asking?
Most recently some farmhand,
Oh.
I believe.
Despite the vast
Arro.
difference in social status, you remember the farmhand's name, maybe?
Hay un catarro y solina que no se me quita ni con
She's away at the
aspirina.
moment visiting her mother, but should return forthwith. Oh, that should suffice with the questions. Now tell me, will
La
you take the
recompensa.
contract? Yay or nay?
Depends. What kind of reward are we talking about?
Hombre, no era mala, ya. 6.50.
How much?
6.
Come now, be reasonable.
5.75.
Come now. Be...
50.
Fine. Seems I must take the loss. Agreed.
Fine, I'll do it. Need to look around here first. Then I'll want to talk to Madame de Bourbeau.
Very well. I shall inform you once she has returned. Meanwhile, the key to the cellar. Just... whatever you do, please do not disturb the wine barrels.
Hay que ir de noche. Puedo ir ahora, hombre, coger.
That comment would be the end of me. I've lost again.
It's quiet. Guess the monster actually is nocturnal. Gotta wait till dark.
Una siesta. Va a tener que ser. Esto no lo guardé, joder. Ay, pensé que no. Vale. Habitación. Nada más. Luego digo yo que ya estará.
All right, let's look around. Shattered dishes. Got knocked off the shelf somehow. Shaken off, maybe? Rats. Not known to get that formats.
Carayo.
A tunnel? That's better.
No puedo tomarme esto. La gato. ese lado.
Goes on and on this tunnel.
¿Qué hago? ¿Me meto por allí? Voy por el otro lado.
Should be able to break through. Damn it, it's getting away. I like that silver. Getting more interesting by the minute. Cracked kicking more eggs. Something's been feeding me. No kicking more dug this. Tunnels are the work of something much bigger. Something with heavy, wide claws. Kicking more eggs should destroy them before the young hatch. Start prowling the vineyard.
¿Qué hago? Voy por allí.
Let's dance.
Son las que había abajo. Es que estoy consentido. Voy a hacer una cosa que es... No, esto no. Antes aquí no había nada. Vine... Absolutamente nada. Guachipirulí, ¿eh? Ufa, eso que mal pinta.
Last one.
Ojo,
Coursing. Underground stream. Monster I'm looking for lives underground, digs tunnels, feeds on Kikimores, and is big. Very big. Won't learn anything else here. Time to go back to the surface.
Bueno, lo encontraré ahora de camino. ¿Qué sería para flipar?
Sacre bleu!
Sacre bleu.
What is the meaning of this? I'm paying you to slay a monster, not demolish my property.
Property's falling apart on its own with all the tunnels under it. I'd fill those in soon if you don't want your building to collapse.
Tunnels? Fiddle my thumb, how did tunnels appear down there?
Something dug 'em. A large creature. Also killed a few Kikimores down there and destroyed their eggs. Consider it a half favor. Won't cost you much.
Kikimore eggs. Yes, of course, good work. Indeed, a reward is due.
¿Y el otro monstruo?
Madame de Bourbeau,
Ah,
I
vale.
presume? Here you know something about the missing farmhand.
Jean-Luc? Yes. We went to examine this year's seedlings. Something had been nibbling at them. Then we heard these odd noises. Jean-Luc went to reconnoiter and never returned.
Madame, could you describe Jean-Luc?
Tall, exceedingly well built.
No será el cadáver que encontró abajo.
Dear, concentrate. There is not a peasant that is not well built. They work in the fields all day. He means scars, birthmarks, that sort of thing.
Then none, I suppose. But he did wear a pendant around his neck. A silver one.
Silver jewelry on a farmhand?
It was a gift, I believe. Or that is what he claimed.
Should be enough to go on.
Then what are you fritting round here for? Get to work.
Queda una pregunta que hacer.
Please, my deepest regards.
Perhaps I can turn these tunnels into
Damn it! Watch where you step, fool.
You can't pull one over on me, Witcher.
You know Master Liam made Matilda.
What's going on there?
Tells me it's not just the new vintage they're putting out.
Bread's really stale. Been here a while. Blanket was laid out here. Good vintage. Must have been a special occasion. Footprints. 2 sets. Someone had a picnic. Or something. Trail.
Veo que Jean-Luc está borracho en un
Looks
árbol.
like she went back to the manor. deep tracks. Felled trees, as if something rolled over them. So is Shalmar. Only they dig tunnels and move like that. Something walked through here. Big bastard with a heavy tail.
No me recuerda la co- No hay nada aquí. Ostras. Una cueva sin nada. Igual es una cueva que ya exploré. Fíjate que te la suelen por abajo. Buenas. Pues aquí estamos. Yo creo que con esta termino el último contrato de las últimas secundarias.
Trail leads to that cave.
Y vamos a seguir la principal.
Claw marks. Straight, dull, perfect for digging.
Yo creo que ya estuvo aquí. Sí, yo creo que ya estuvo aquí. Hay un dibujito de un lobo. Hoy leí que dejan poner mods de Witcher en la Play.
Whoa, Shalmar's close.
Por cierto. Y ves cómo están unidos.
Shalmar droppings. Grubs that feed on them are a delicacy to giant centipedes. Dead end. Except, looks like there might be something down there.
En Xbox no sé. Yo vi que era de la Play, creo. Pero supongo que será lo mismo. O sea, que harán igual.
Dead end.
Creo que lo puso CD Projekt en redes. Me salió creo que en Twitter.
Shalmar's lair. Gotta be. Drags its victims here. Pretty fresh, some of them. Gonna have to brew some bait. Need the blood of a recent victim and some of the mushrooms that grow here. Highly decayed, partly eaten. Been lying here a while. Fresh Fresh corpse. Must be Jean-Luc. Crushed
Sí.
ribs, cracked skull. Shalmar did this. No two ways about it. Silver pendant. A lock of hair inside. Same color as Madame de Bourbeau's.
Y no hay nada. Cofrecito. Parece que no. Y debo venir. Sí. Un cebo aquí para capturar al armadillo.
Gotta spill it within the lair. Somewhere near an air current, so the scent spreads throughout the cave.
¿Dónde está el puto cebo? Ah,
That stench.
como para encontrar el cebo. Alta. Forma física.
Scent won't spread from here. Need to spill the bait nearer the tunnel entrance.
Ay, este bicho es un cabrón, Ojo.
Shalmar will be here any minute.
Mm.
Come on, show me your claws.
Coño. Joder. Este me va a dar duro, Coño.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Justo lo que quería evitar. Estos son duros de cojones. Espero que no me deje muy lejos. ¿No puedo o qué? Joder. Aire de bien. ¡Ah! Ah. Pues yo quería que rodara. Eso no vale para nada. Ven aquí. Tuvo que morir ahí ya. ¿Cómo que no?
I've just gotta chop off its head. Go get my reward.
Vete eso, ¿eh? Estaba con que morirse ahí ya. Ahora tuve que destrozar. No está mal esa. Hasta cuando había venido algo, pero... Me acuerdo, la verdad.
Let's go.
The wall.
You, can we talk?
You'd best be bearing good news. Get on with it.
This Jean-Luc, he did have a silver pendant. Kept a lock of Madame de Bourbeau's hair in it, matter of fact.
Y un mechoncillo ahí, ¿eh?
But how could she? To be unfaithful to me? A lord and heir with a...
Ah, si lo llego a saber, no se lo digo.
Peasant? Oh, she shall pay for this.
Don't doubt that. But mind paying me first? For services beyond the scope of the contract?
There. It'll come out of her dowry.
Got rid of the beast that was giving you trouble.
Por 100 coronas no merecía la pena.
Shelma? Whatever could that be?
Kinda like a cross between a mole and a caterpillar. Just big as a barn.
Uh-huh. Well, Master Witcher, you make a poor first impression, but ultimately proved your worth. There. Your reward. Now, forgive me. I must speak to my wife.
La paguita.
Folks say some large army. Damn it! Watch where you step, fool.
Pues sardinilla. Vamos a ver el limpiabotas. Aquí... nada. Tengo la casa cerca. Vale, podríamos ir a coger las piedras.
White wolf himself.
No. No lo quiero. Ver con las piedras para... Vamos a bajar. A ver, a seguir la principal. Yo creo que ya no tengo nada más aquí. Un fracaso aquí en 5 millones, pero bueno. Puede tener todo.
You little fart. So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pipes, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather? I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
Su padre.
His father, and you won't touch him. I won't let you.
Oh, poppycock. I knew his father. A grifter, a cheat, just like his brood.
I'll teach him honesty. He'll not leave muck at our shop door just to draw patrons to his own stall. So back away, drifter.
Not gonna happen.
Won't it? Well, then we'll thrash you as well. Which is all the same to me.
Blood! Blood! We'll bribe your legs, vagrant!
Teach you to help stop doors and cheats.
Circle him!
All together, on 3!
Kill the grey dongler! The loth half-breed!
Coño.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Vamos a dejarles.
Nothing really. Had a little misunderstanding. Figured it out though.
Uh-huh, I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But
A dejarles cancha.
that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you. Come on.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership.
Niño
where I
con aura
sit
de
the
negocio.
boots while you stand
Joder.
back. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow. So, what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Oh, wait, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand.
¿Cómo te acaba de vender el servicio? Este niño es la definición de la palabra emprendedor, joder.
So
Tiene las botas limpias y se las consigue limpiar.
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
an arrival. Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it
Pide
ring out
pasta.
loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500
¡Hostia!
crowns.
What?
Eso es casi lo que me dieron a mí
What would you even do with that kind of
con el
coin?
bicho de antes, joder.
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
All right. Let's see if we can't figure something out.
Es la tarifa de él.
That's not even worth the spit I'd need to use to discuss it. It's not quite... I don't know...
A ver, niño, mira. Toma.
See?
Ah.
I knew we'd clinch it.
Guess I can agree to that.
1,000 thanks. I shan't forget it.
Todo por financiar al pequeño emprendedor, ¿eh?
I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron, gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you.
Hombre.
The local necropolis. The air.
Otro colega.
Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Y ya es más de lo que teníamos.
Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Joder, y le pagué para nada, tío. Menudo timador.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning the right thing to bribe them with. Red door. One the boot black mentioned. Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Detlef, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Pudiendo hacer eso.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
Qué menuda barbocha tengo, ¿eh?
Concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
Joder, Geralt. Hay que pasar por el barbero, macho.
sense him?
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around. Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime. Somebody fixed this recently. No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
It's rather disturbing.
Nice little trinket. Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys. Somebody fixed this recently.
I find these...
Reflexivo, Geralt.
So this is his nest. Need to look around. Detlef van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renawed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You
O sea que mataba por amor.
3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detlef killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Detlef have any enemies?
Indeed. Detlef gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Detlef yourself, whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renawed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping. In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off perhaps by a bout of Detlef's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Detlef have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing? And Detlef is so much more emotional than most humans.
Y vive más, además.
Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Detlef ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renawed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renawed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
Ella mató a los 5.
For Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
Un segundo. hielito. Y hace un calor que te mueres. Joder.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently. Nice little trinket.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. That Renowed?
I don't know.
Quita eso.
I said I never met her.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though. Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys. Tools were used recently. Detloff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Detloff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With
Ignacer.
Not much to go on either, especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Ay, Dios mío.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Es que ahí es donde tenéis que ir.
Somebody kidnapped a vampire lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detloff's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazaire ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detloff's innocence. Clearly.
Bueno, eso parece que está impreso. Sí.
Actually, it is. Detloff's being manipulated.
Está siendo manipulado.
Him into a tool, making him kill.
So it would seem. But this illuminates a path of action for us. We must find Renowed, render the blackmail senseless. The lunatic or Tix will thus lose hold on Detloff.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detloff? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detloff and I both.
Me la pueden jugar, pero... Me voy a fiar de Regis. Vamos a subir el palacio. A ver si puedo... Quedan 3, tío. Voy a hacer este, ojalá. Porque no puedo... Yo creo que el máximo nivel debe ser el 5. No, ya me queda así, que total. Vale, Geralt. Bueno, mira, vamos a... Un viaje rápido. Que no lo veo muy por la labor de ponerse en forma. Joder. No me podía esperar en otro sitio.
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Ha! Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Go ahead.
Sí, venga.
Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100, doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is... Power? Why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnap the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the
Liberar al
vampire's
amante.
lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. As soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may
Un
be
poco de
right.
lógica, también te lo digo.
Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Total, ya mató a los
Got
5,
one
creo.
lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear.
Ah,
Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop.
va a averiguar de dónde nace ese vino.
Wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine.
Al final la duquesa mucho mejor que el brujo, ¿eh?
They are stains from a drop of Esta, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Te va a ser el crack. Ni Geralt es capaz de determinar eso.
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Saar too. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue
Joder.
deep burgundy. Clarity high. It's simple. Saint Real. The 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Revello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table.
Hemos estado ahí, creo.
Perhaps some Saint Real was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Saint Real. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Saint Real, it is Saint Real.
Muy feo del somiller.
We must ride to Castel Revello at once. Discover what has happened.
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous.
Este, el del bigote,
Go alone.
It pleases me to see you
a vigilar, ¿eh?
finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Vamos, vamos.
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing.
Hombre, claro, no vas a ir con la corona. Nuestros dos caballos van con el culito, con el rabo tapado, ¿eh? Anda que no le tiene que pesar eso al caballo. Mira para ahí. Bueno, la mía tiene mofletes.
This vampire. Have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
Este el Ravelo. Y aquí había venido algo.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure. But he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
Let's go.
A ver, filliños. Voy a tener que estar andando.
Panthers have attacked the wagon. We must help.
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this. Help! Save us! You beast! Be gone!
Pero haz algo.
Help! Save us! Back, you beast! Be gone! Help! Save us!
Done. Time to move on.
Joder, no hace nada el otro.
For you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunate
Thank you.
we happened
You
by.
saved our lives.
Hooray!
Una pregunta, ¿yo puedo subir? Sí, puedo subir. El calvo, el del bigote, mal, ¿eh? Muy mal.
Tell me more about this vineyard, Castelravello.
It's the best in all Tucson. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabricio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant, could be the steward, could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we have...
Hostia, le dio al perro la duquesa.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court? Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens. I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed?
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabricio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castelravello?
Acción, venga.
This is an inspection. We've got questions. You'll answer them.
Oh, and who are you, sir, to speak to me this way?
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Sonreal?
I am at your service.
Some of this wine might have been stolen. Just a suspicion we have.
A ver qué dice, ¿eh?
Any burglaries lately?
Burglaries? Not to my knowledge. And a few days past I took stock of the inventory. All was accounted for. The barrels lie safely in the cellar, I assure you.
O sea, que es alguien de la bodega.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
Yo creo que es el del bigote. Insisto.
It's a waste of time.
Cuchillito tiene la duquesa ahí.
Your Grace, how am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you
Así es como se tiene que haber empezado.
But
silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is the Sonreal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it.
Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
We shall wait here, Master Fabricio.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine.
Ana Henrietta es lista como un brujo.
Fabricio lived
Joder.
as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravelli. Only then did he come into his own.
Yes, Witcher.
Te he callado, que voy con la duquesa. Podré robar un poquito del vino.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Primero vamos a robar vino. Y luego esto, la pasta.
Got Pamino over here.
Es este fijo, pero déjame primero chorizar todo. Uy.
San Real. Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite correct.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full.
This one is full.
This one's full too. Full. This one's full too. Full.
Full.
Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sanrial? Grab a trap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start.
Qué planazo, ¿eh?
Ready.
Step aside.
So?
Those hints of spice. Distinctive. This is Sanrial.
Joder, con Ana Henrietta. No hubiese pensado. La segunda.
Bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
I am very disappointed.
But your grace,
Y un bofetón.
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
Esa mirada, Geralt.
I admit it. I
Oh.
sold a barrel of Sorial. I beg you to forgive me.
Why?
No podía haber empezado por ahí.
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything if you agree to show me mercy.
Who do you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign.
Sintra.
He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrin aristocrat at court.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, your grace, you must forgive me.
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men. The kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? At the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
La cara del bigote.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight.
Este lo cuelgan.
Captain, have your men take Master Fabricio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sentry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
Ahora ya, venga. Listo.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position.
Es hacer pis.
before you arrive.
Leo.
You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
Nos vamos a ir en carro con el vino, ¿eh?
Relax. Now we wait.
Hay que meter a Sardinilla con el carro. Aunque la verdad no hubiese sido mejor meter a Geralt en un barril, ¿eh?
Ah, our favorite vintner. It's not him.
Ay, carajo. Que acaben ellos. Total, no me van a dejar lootear.
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True, you are not the most endearing of men. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Wait, she here?
I hope you did not think I would leave this to you alone, especially when every hour could prove essential. This prisoner of yours.
Yo tampoco lo esperaba.
We must ask him some questions.
Bueno, claro. Mierda, tortura. Voy a amenazar con tirarlo.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful.
Por lo fácil que era un Axia.
I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Usually only take measures like that as a last resort, but in this case, think I can make an exception.
Do as you deem fit. He is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let
Va a
him!
tirar.
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to
Es
go.
que Hornitz estaba claro que era el que no había que matar.
The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
Hornitz.
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Nos reunimos allí. Me voy a lootear.
We shall await your arrival.
Todo va a ser ir con ellos. Venga, un nivel más para... Un nivel más para coger la mutación. Este fue el último. Yo aquí quería hacerles explotar los barriles, pero... Se me quitó la cantidad de movidas. Pobre cabra, ¿eh? Vale, vamos... Vamos a la casa. Me quito los libriños. Nada. No sabía ni que había tinta. comercial. No puedo. Y de aquí... Uno está... No, pues chao. El escudo aquel... Pues vamos a... Es que así también reparo. Vamos aquí. Va a ser más fácil. Espadas.
What have you got? So long.
Y ahora vamos a la posadera. Venderle las 4 mierdas que nos quedan ahí.
Eat, drink, and be merry. Well,
Be so kind.
Pum, pum, pum. No me jodas. ¿Cuánto vale? 5. Y de aquí... Tiene dinero para el vino. Vamos ahora. Para aquí. Ya. El vino pues ya lo venderé.
Hey there.
Greetings, Guardian Witcher. Thanks to you, my little enterprise is in ruddy health.
Can't really see that anything's changed.
All in due time. At the moment, I'm perusing my options. Asking after prices, verifying quality. You know, it's very easy to squander coin. But rest assured, I will spend mine very wisely.
My. If you're like this now, who'll you be when you're older?
A very rich man.
A ver qué se cuenta el niño.
Droves and loads. Though I expect to have more. My trade always booms when the tourneys are on.
Knight's boots get dirtier then?
It's not just the boots. When they fight, they soil all. I shine their armor, helmets, belts, sheaths. They like them shiny as a dog's danglers. Oh, pardon.
You're pretty chatty. Nosy.
I would say inquisitive.
Qué sonrisilla le sacó el pequeño emprendedor ayer.
Good tradesman ought to amuse his clients with small talk.
Fair enough. Must know a lot about the folk of Beauclair.
All about all, meaning everything about everyone. I know who slept with who, and who wishes they had. I know who's friends, and who'd slit each other's throats.
Potentially dangerous, that kind of knowledge.
Bah. But I'm known to keep my tongue tight, my mouth sealed tight. Why, if I blabbed what I hear, they'd have done me in long past. As it is, All that's said on my stand stays on my stand.
Take care now.
Come early, come often. I'll perfect your look, and not only yours, but every man's woman's child's. The Duchess summoned him.
Scrawny, grey-haired, ill-favored.
Her Grace awaits inside.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now. I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
True.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft
Ya,
of the
esa es
wine.
la duda, ¿eh?
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for
Yo creo que el Cintiano...
Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides,
Seguramente
it's one thing to know who
está
ordered the
detrás.
killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists.
Buena,
Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
Igual hicimos una misión allí.
Exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I.
Unos
In that sort of
mocardos.
company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt,
Ay,
you
pensé
must
que se
go
llamaba la
north of the
mandrágora.
Empire.
Sitio.
Then meet me in Oatville in Mountebank Alley.
Va a haber que ir guapos. ¿O qué?
Hey, is that not this cur with the price on his head? It's him! Get his head! Don't let him gain momentum!
What? Lost your nerve?
Damn my luck! Sheath your weapon. Thud!
Didn't look like locals. Tinian's right. I'm a hunted man.
Mira qué guapo, ¿eh? Qué dibujo. Vas por aquí. Tengo que comprar ropa.
Appearances deceive, Witcher. Beware.
Pierre, Pierre, Pierre.
Ah, welcome back to our northern dandy.
All justice.
I'm...
Ok, es.
Thanks. Think
Ever your servant, sir.
Curas. O para no saberlo. Ay, perdón. Pase por aquí por si encuentro alguno para vender ya.
Those in their fear, the knight's henchmen and spies, while his fowl set loose.
nice tune.
If I weren't just a lowly guardsman.
What's this now? Welcome back.
Show me what you got.
Esto. Y nada. De aquí.
Time flies.
This side of the Reginald Aubrey has returned. Not to be missed. Buy your ticket.
Ah, mira.
Am I invisible?
What do you have?
Nada. ¿Cómo va esto? 6.
Farewell.
Madre. Pues vamos a ayudar a la jefa.
Reset. Seems I'm still hungover.
Para que vea que nos pusimos guapos, ¿eh?
Now, why does that not surprise me?
Ay, nos falta una mascarita.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask.
Por lo menos nos la da
Only
ella.
attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
A ver qué se cuenta.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Podría haberme hecho otro pelo.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
¿Qué pista?
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Ah.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
A ver si va a estar Dandelion ahí. Nos la va a liar.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
A saber cómo es una orquídea.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you.
Anyone can be an artist. Even you. Should you tire of these humans, drop them in the pail and grab a different. Paradise, paradise.
I got it! It's the Soreto!
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul. a deeply internalized
Sure to be
fear.
in one of the alcoves.
Should you tire that green, lush and verdant as a field of vines?
To vines and to wine!
Gods, scarlet, crimson, oxblood. Icy lips, full sensually parted.
Artistazo, Geralt, ¿eh?
Yellow. Why ever yellow?
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Voila! Fin. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
I was prepared for all
Oh
sorts
yes,
of
that's
criticism.
him all
Blah,
right.
blah, blah.
Good
And for God's
versus
smack on
evil.
God, it's all
The
about
dualistic
two
nature
things.
of man.
Point
And defiance.
pretentious.
True talent paints like the great wall.
The great one.
Don't rush about so.
You look to me an artist of immense talent.
It must be someone famous, I tell you. Such
Exceptional.
No,
True.
aquí no hay nadie.
Would I ever love to meet him?
Ah, no entiendo.
You look to... How fares your health, sir?
Wine,
Yes.
wine,
How
Greek.
artist
Lo de los entretenimientos.
This painting, it's rather... This is very dull. Let's go.
Your boards, as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor for the combination struggle, power, and
We must throw off the manacles of
Metaphor.
What
else do they think of?
If they can't agree,
They ought to cut the line. And you, the constant
Besides,
struggle.
have you not heard the news?
Have I not heard? Please leave. Leave us be.
It is irrelevant.
I'm sure you understand. There are.
Then I shall have to convince you your ample generosity would be best invested in me.
And how do you aim to do that?
I shall arrange a private performance after the soiree.
Ah, my dear, I sense you've a knack for persuasion.
A ver, Ana Henrietta.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Saraba, Durandum, Kalabasista, Saveshkahi, Beshkahi, Needs I remind you.
Ah, how beautiful. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Acabaron, supongo, ¿no? ¿Y estos?
True talent paints like the great
Greetings and welcome.
Come, let's look in the alcoves.
Bo, mira, yo.
That's to say, the other one. His brother.
Absinthe, the preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
Exceptional true. Would I ever love to meet him? It's a shame I didn't come alone.
Need I remind you that neither did you? This painting is rather... It's very...
What's that?
Do not take care.
Como si no me hice nada, ¿eh?
About to burst from a surf.
Planted. They say releasing them brings good luck.
But you're all water first.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Mira, esos son los entretenimientos de la velada. Mi pregunta es, ¿cómo participo en esto?
Need I remind you that neither did you? This pain is rather... It's very...
Do take care.
Sure to be in one of the alcoves.
The great Bois. But he's a dancer.
Están aquí tirando una cuerda, yo no sé qué hacer. Ah, vale. Pero chorrada. Y está en la primera.
Do not disturb! Shoo! Shoo!
It's the right flower.
Of course it is! A Kovian orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious
Bless.
lady has heard of you.
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
Un segundo, ¿eh? Vamos allá. No sé. ¿Eres Cecilia Valente?
To meet me? But why?
Vaya momento para conocerla, ¿eh?
Cintrian noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
The Great One. But he's a dancer.
The other one.
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look.
Oh, my...
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Fist tag. Let's follow it. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone eating it at once.
Vamos a pillar... Como pillemos a Cecilia con Dandelion, va a ser un show.
Aren't they even? Because the right cuff seems somewhat...
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly... the wrong to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. Let's not waste time.
Vas a ver quién es el hombre de cinta.
That must be
Ostras.
Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
No.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
A ver si se va a secuestrar a la duquesa.
strong, too. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, and stepped in the soil. Must have climbed this ladder made by soiled boots. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it?
Matáis, ¿no? No.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him.
Pensé que le iban a acusar.
We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer.
I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
Y nadie va a mirar por la ventana.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
Oh. Geralt, ilústranos.
Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such
¿Cómo da la vuelta la trama, eh? Joder.
She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives.
De la leoparda.
Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered.
Vamos, que al final le quiere quitar el trono.
It must be.
A fallen princess
Básicamente.
satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did.
Ay, perdón.
She is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher,
Oriana también es un
maybe you know
vampiro.
Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same
as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this? It must be why you and Regis are friends.
Yo lo comprendo, sí, sí.
If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Y las deja solas con...
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlaf here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlef believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm. Oriana. She really...
Oriana es un vampiro, ¿eh?
She be trusted.
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renner must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detlef, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detlef here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detlef. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detlef. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to
Mola el traje de Detlef, ¿eh?
Choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
No hubo mucha lectura.
You have exceptional friends. This Detlef, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count Delacroix's mill. It stands along the Saône Retour.
Les llamó por teléfono.
Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
La vendí. Bueno. Vamos a dejar por aquí por hoy. A ver si tengo aquí uno para vender.
Oh, another murder by the horrid beast. Kneel to the...
Greeting.
Próxima seguimos con la misión. Todo. Puedo vender.
Farewell.
Good luck on the...
To the good book. You will find solace there. You shan't fight. Welcome.
Show me what you...
Esto no creo que... Me quedo. La gracia.
So long.
Que nada. Ahora sí que sí. Vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Y nos vemos en la próxima. A cuidarse. Ya queda menos.